Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News for December 9th, 2016. The Environmental Protection Agency held an informational session regarding the former Walton and Lonsbury site on Wednesday. Walton and Lonsbury was a chromium plating facility from 1940 to 2007 that discharged a number of chemicals into the surrounding area during its operation. The EPA has been testing the soil and water for contaminants, and they shared the results in their Wednesday meeting. DoubleACS was there to cover the event.
My name is Dan Keefe. I work for the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. I'm the remedial project manager for the Walton and Lonsbury site. It's a site located off of North Ave in North Attleboro, well, not in North Attleboro, but the north part of Attleboro. And we came out to Attleboro today to talk a little bit about our remedial investigation and the information that we've generated over the last 2 years of sampling and groundwater monitoring well installations, and update the citizens here in Attleboro. We came out really just to share information and to have a dialogue and to share the results of recent testing. A lot of people asked questions about the time frame and the process, and I hopefully explained that to them and told them the status of the investigation. We definitely are seeing a lot of chromium, the more toxic hexavalent chromium in groundwater, but we're seeing a lot more total chrome in surface water and sediment. So we do definitely have some effects from the Walton site that need mitigation, and we'll be evaluating the various ways to clean that up over the next phase of the Superfund program. Hexavalent chromium itself is a strong oxidizer. It's very reactive, and it's a probable carcinogen. So, I'm not sure all the modes by which it causes cancer, but its designation as a carcinogen puts it along with many other contaminants that we're worried about at Superfund sites. And it's a primary focus of ours to reduce that risk of cancer from any contaminants. In this case, it was chromium. EPA did come out in 2010 through 2013, and we invested a lot of time and effort and resources building a cap to prevent any of the hexavalent chromium from recontaminating surface soils. So as it currently stands now, the surface soils on those residential properties all don't contain any unacceptable levels of chromium in the residential soil in their backyards. We're advocating that people, if they have gardens, they use raised gardens. They don't come into contact with Bliss Brook, don't recreate alongside Bliss Brook, which is a small stream behind a number of residential properties. Where we go from here really is we're wrapping up our investigation with regard to how bad is it, in which we know where the contamination emanates from and where it's going and how fast it's getting there. We know what the long-term risks it's capable of and causing. The next step really is a feasibility study. We are currently evaluating different reagents, which chemicals that we could add to groundwater to cause that chromium to be a less toxic form of chromium. So those cleanup options will be summarized in a feasibility study. At about this time next year, we might be back out to talk about what we think is the best cleanup approach, given all the different ways people might be exposed. And we would be soliciting public comments on that. There'd be a public hearing. We'd look to the state and the community for their input before we select a final remedy. We're just trying to keep the process moving forward towards an eventual cleanup, and we've done a lot of work since the EPA removal program wrapped up, and we continue to assess what the risks are to human health and the environment. And I think we'll come up with a good plan to reduce those risks. If you simply Google EPA and Walton and Lonsbury, the first hit returned would be the EPA website for the Walton and Lonsbury site. The remedial investigation, as well as other documents, will start to be populated there over the next, I would say, 2 to 4 weeks.
That's it for today's update. For DoubleACS News, I'm Austin Ricketts.